Hi everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today's probably one of the last good days we're going to have in over a week as far as the weather goes. So we've already had a bunch of rain, nearly flooded there yesterday, but figure while we got a chance to get out, do a little something. Today we're going to go out and do a little scavenger hunt, see if we can find any items that would help us in a survival situation. So you guys stick with me. We're going to drive around my local area here and see what we can't find to give us a hand if we was in a bad spot. Okay, here we go. There's a good spot. As we say, one man's trash is another man's treasure. So that's a fairly antique bottle. Ugh. Well, that's kind of scary looking. However, this can be cleaned, I think, with boiling water. We have multiple options. That one, oh, that sucks. That was a nice one. And it's got an ecosystem growing in it. Nice wide mouth. It's another really old soda bottle, I think. Another small jar. As much as I like these old antique ones, these ones with the wider mouth may be our best bet. Just strictly for being able to clean them. I'm going to be real careful because there's a lot of really old glass jars in here that are broken, and I do not want to get a laceration. Not sure. That was an old Pepsi bottle, I think. Let's see what we can find. Oh, wow, that one's completely stuffed full. I do believe that may have been an old syrup jar or glass bottle. Now this would be easier to make a cork, have a bottle to take. So what we'll do is, like, we'll take these two and we'll take them all. So unless we get something we find it's an upgrade, we got some options for containers for water. All right, guys, real quick. Worst case scenario, we can use this to boil water in, and though the bottle could be used, but I would dare wait till I can find one that's actually nowhere near as scary looking as that. And then you run a risk with all this stuff because you never know what some of these bottles may have had in it. They may have been reused for different purposes. So just for temporary sake, we'll throw that in there. Hopefully we can find something better. The scavenger hunt continues. Okay. Okay, that looks a lot more reasonable. There is quite a bit of trash. What I really was hoping to find was an aluminum beer bottle. Sometimes you'll find them thrown out. Be something similar to that, but they're aluminum. That actually still has a cap on it. So that's two potential containers that can be cleaned up and reused in an emergency situation. But like I said, it's a sad state of affairs. Most of our counties and roadways out here are not too bad compared to a lot of places I've been. But as you can see, it's especially out where there's a lot of places where the flood waters reach, and they deposit a lot of this stuff on the banks, as we're real close to creeks. And when we flood out, we tend to get a lot of trash sometimes distributed across the banks. Plastic. As you can see, the grass has been pushed down over here. We've had a pretty decent high waters there the last couple of days. But I went ahead and take these two because the Bud Light bottle is pretty good size and it has a cap on it. And we do have the plastic bottle, so that's 2 containers. We wouldn't have to worry about making a quart. Now we just need to find something a little more preferable to boil the water in. Okay, I may have a signaling device here if there's any of the... Well, it might have been a tail light. I was hoping that was a mirror. Let's use this so we don't risk cutting ourselves. No dice, but we may find something else like that here, out here somewhere. There's a huge tarp, so that would be our cover element check, which honestly, I thought this may have been the hardest one to actually come by, but getting up out of there is going to be quite a job. So, however, that's a huge start, and it's not completely rotted. Ouch, and that's a pretty good sized fire. That hurt. Okay. We are not dragging this with us. I mean, literally doing this video just an example, but we know that we definitely found all the cover we want, plus there's enough here to cut it up and make ground tarp and you name it, but I'm not dragging this thing with me today. So, however, it's a score, it counts. Okay, what we have here looks like an old dump site. Now then, I don't necessarily recommend you do this, but scenario that we're using, we're kind of in a survival scenarios. Yeah, SHTF. That can be used as wire for, in place of some cordage. So we have that. Wow, this stuff has been here for ages. We'll throw that up on the bank. Man, the briars, I'm telling you. I'm seeing this looks like a metal can, but it could be a spray can. Get to it, maybe. Thing. Oh. Yep, it's a spray can. Plastic measuring cup. Oh, wow. Yeah, that's been there a while. Do that to plastic. Oh, it's broken. Well, there's a spatula. Oh, wait a minute. Uh-huh. That's a score. These can definitely be sterilized. And a fork. Nice. And yes, I'm absolutely going to clean my hands once I'm done digging here. Awesome.
I can turn, though it's not the greatest, these butter knives, I can sharpen up a couple of them, and there, wham bam, is our cutting tool. And that would be scratching off another item, which I actually was going to be, for sure, was going to take an L on trying to find. Wow, there is a whole lot of silverware. Well, that's a good thing about good stainless steel, I guess. And like I said, now I'm going to be honest with y'all. You do this at your own peril. This is far, far from being a safe thing to do. And if not, it's kind of cool. If not running under the scenario in which I am, I wouldn't be doing this, but we're running under desperate measures and situations. That would be a keeper. That wouldn't all bent to hell. I could use that for something, but I see more in this, what's left of this garbage bag. Yeah, there is quite a bit of silverware there. So, I mean, you obviously wouldn't need to pack all this out, but that is a nice find, because then that's something we wouldn't have to worry about trying to create ourselves off the landscape. There's another pair of tongs. It's actually a pretty thick stainless steel spoon. There is a set of all metal tongs. Okay, let's move on from that. And there's an intact glass cup. Let's see what else we can find here that would be useful for us. Maybe we can find something for a container. Okay. Good. There's a plastic shelving unit and one of the drawers for it. Fortunately, it's so old, it's donezo. However, it's not completely rotted out. Heck yeah. Alright, guys. Yeah, I think I found the lid for it over there. Ooh, it's a big chunk of glass. There's the rest of it. That's a shame. That would have been nice to have appropriated. Glass bowl. Not that we need the lid, but so there is a nice big container, and that was a very whippy branch right in my face. Okay, I'm seeing a bunch more stuff. How lovely would it have been to found a pot? Oh wow, this dump site's pretty big. I'm seeing stuff way back there. Let's continue on. Ceramic plate. Here we go. Glass bowl. And another spoon, and we're good ways from that first pile that we found. As much as it is a shame that there's this much litter. Ouch. That briar there got me good. Okay. As I was saying, a shame that you get this much trash in one spot. But if you're in a real bad situation, it's a good find for having some items to help make your situation a little bit more pleasant. Not seeing anything super useful. Really was hoping for like a pot. But I think we actually scored pretty good here, all things considered. Well, we had to clean. There's a scrubber. And I found that shelf bracket. This is the first pile I was at. There's some more stuff here buried. That's pretty delicate. We'll throw it in there. If it survives, it survives. Okay, let's get this up and out of here. All right, let's sally forth, guys. Beautiful country. A little off topic, but quite a scenic, beautiful view. I just thought I'd share that with you guys. We're out here doing our scavenger hunt. Okay, guys. Here is some cordage. Pretty dirty. may not be in the greatest shape, but we're calling that a win. Okay, guys, here is what I was talking about. It's a bit thicker wall, so that will definitely come in handy to boil water in. Well, everybody, that was fun. I think we did pretty good. We didn't spend a whole lot of time doing this, and I didn't go within no more than 2.5 mile radius of where I live. So if you'd expand your search vectors a little bit, it's hard to tell what you'll actually find out there. But let's go ahead and do a recap here and take a closer look at everything that we found. Alrighty, guys, there is our haul for today. Now, some of this is a bit redundant. We could obviously lose a lot of this. Some of it isn't really needed. However, we'll just go over the basics here. First up, and quite important, we got cordage. It's old and frayed, but it's still pretty strong. And you can definitely unravel this to get much smaller pieces out of that. So that is some cordage. And we got some wire. I didn't bother taking it off the Note 5-star note tablet, but this is pretty easy to manipulate. So we got that. We have a large glass container which we can sterilize, and does have a cap on it, so we could reseal that and carry water that's been boiled with us. And we have several glass vessels here. Now these are not ideal, especially since wow, that's really in there. We don't have no easy way to put a cap on these, but if you're boiling up water, just boil it up. After, obviously you want to take some time to clean and sterilize these as best as possible. That moss is actually sticking in on the glass. This is definitely something that was worthless, but hey, it survived the trip back. So that, obviously, given how old this thing is, I wasn't too worried about anything left on it, as far as being a contaminant wise. But that you definitely want to hit some boiling water to clean the cleaning tool. But it's just nice to have something that we could actually make it easier to clean our stuff with. That rinsed out with some good hot water, and somehow maybe you can find something like soap or some mild bleach, then you'll have a very good durable sealed container for water portage. These are the best on this trip I could find to boil our water in. This one would definitely be the one to go with. It's much thicker, and I'll also use that at the same time. Of course, there was no shortage of aluminum cans on this trip. At that point, it just grab as many as you want to drag with you to bowl X amount of water in. So we'll just go ahead and put that all in there. Not a necessity necessarily, but it was nice to find. Pretty thick, durable glass bowl. And this little thick, I think these were like little salt and pepper shakers. I've seen these in stores before. And we have an absolute gobsmack of stainless steelware. Forks, spoons, and knives. Now, quite obviously, you didn't need to take all those back with me, but finding that in a pile like that, I probably took 2 of each, and maybe even 3 of each of these. That way I could have had a couple of these, find some rocks, concrete block, brick, and try to get a sharp edge on one of these. And that definitely would have been useful enough for a cutting tool. Definitely not the greatest steel in the world for that, but it is a shade better than nothing at all. And we had, I didn't grab the spatula, but I did grab the tongs up out of there. That's nice for manipulating hot things on the fire. Plus, maybe, after you clean, sterilize them, you can manipulate your food with them. So I just went ahead and grabbed those. Let's just go ahead and get these guys stowed up out of the way. And we got a couple plates, though, like I said, this isn't necessarily a necessity, but it was there. And if you had yourself a somewhat of a campsite, it'd been nice to have this take back with you. That would have, at the very least, allowed an individual to have something to eat and your food off of. Especially, keeping in mind, you'd absolutely want to keep these things sterilized, or get them sterilized. And of course, last but not least, we found this old trash can, and we actually have the lid to it. Not that that really matters a whole lot. This is more like just our or carrying vessel. If you found some good cordage and you knew how to work some saplings, you could actually use this in conjunction with some wood to make a frame pack, and this could have actually been kind of like a backpack kind of deal. Now, so then, well, the purpose of the video was just for fun. That just goes to show you too, using some ingenuity and taking a little effort in a really bad situation. Even if you don't have much gear on you, you can actually acquire items that can be conducive to your survival and comfort. So let me get you guys readjusted here. I don't know how many people care to see my ugly mug at the end of the videos, but if the wind don't blow it down. But yeah, I had a lot of fun filming this. Maybe here once in a while, here and there, we'll do another one. But hope you guys enjoyed it. We're getting close to 400 subscribers, so please, everybody, like, share, and subscribe. Get my channel out there if you would. Help me grow. I greatly appreciate it. With that, I'll see y'all in another video.